I was skeptic because I felt like prop firms wasn't really real. And I had a friend at work was like, you should just try it. What's the worst that can happen, you know? And I tried it, and I've been with you guys ever since. So I thank you guys a lot. Like, thank you. You guys have turned my life around. I don't have any bad things about you guys to say. So you guys have been good. Thank you.
Welcome everybody to another funded trader of Trader Pool. Today Michael is with me. He's been trading on a funded account with a scale of $50,000. Let's talk today with Michael and see what's going on. Thanks for coming, Michael.
Thank you for having me.
So let's start with the beginning. You know, you've been with us for almost 2.5 years, I guess?
Yeah, something around like that, about 2 years.
2 years, okay.
Yeah.
And your payout was more than 50K?
Yeah, yep. About around like 53,000. Yeah.
That's amazing. How does it feel?
It feels good. It feels really, really good.
You know, it's one thing to pass the evaluation and get funded, and one more step will be to get paid, to actually reach the payout, which is incredible. And you did it consistently throughout the years, so it's incredible to talk with someone like you, and I'm sure the guys that will listen to it will enjoy it very much. Everyone is craving for that extra juice to understand how to become funded and also how to get that payout and stay consistent. So it will be great to hear your thoughts on that. So let's start with that. What is the most important thing when it comes to becoming consistent?
So for me, the most important thing is discipline. Discipline is number one. Risk management, when I first started, I put risk management to the side. I just felt like making money was everything until, you know, the market humbled me. So risk management is definitely number one. If you don't have risk management, I don't think you can find consistency in trading. And then discipline right behind that as well. So, yeah.
What about the risk management, you know, because it's a big topic, right? Everyone is talking about risk management. You need it for your trading, but what exactly, or how did you come with your type of risk management?
So I was doing some research, and, you know, everyone has their own risk tolerance. So for me, I'm normally looking for like a 2-to-1 risk ratio. And I start out small. So I played back and forth with either entering just one quantity at a time, or going back to entering small positions and just making sure that my risk is tight rather than just blowing up accounts, you know. So yeah, so I started in small, and as long as my strategy is working out for me, I bring my risk down, make it tighter and tighter, and I trail all of my trades. So
that's definitely interesting, because a lot of the times when you start trading, you actually continue to trade, and once you make money, most traders will continue to trade with the same level of risk instead of reducing it to keep it safe, right?
Yeah.
It's like right now it's the World Cup, so let's say for the guys that watching, your team just scored like 5-0, right?
Right.
Now you want to start playing a bit defense and not too aggressively.
Right.
So the market won't slap you in the face.
Right. Yeah. So you make an X amount of dollars, and, you know, it feels good to make X amount of dollars in that certain period of time. You know, you definitely don't want to give it back to the market, because, you know, the market doesn't care about you, you know, so, you know, it feels good. You take what you made, be happy with it. Tomorrow will come. So that's a learning lesson for sure. And we're not perfect traders. You know, you see that, you know, $1,000 you made, and you're like, oh man, I made $1,000. Let's go for 2. But, you know, if the market is against you, you know, you got to learn when to stop while you're ahead before you know, take a red day.
And what about your strategy? How do you go about it?
Oh, so in the beginning, I was trying to learn the long strategy, but now I'm a short trader. I am a short trader. So my favorite strategy is the gap and crap, the morning gap and craps. So what I look for in the morning is I look for stocks that are over 100% on the day. I look for news if they have a particular type of news. If they have earnings, I'm not touching it for a short. those are the ones, especially in small caps. That's where I'm at. I love small cap land. That's what I call it. So, if they have any news about earnings or anything about growth, I won't short those. I'm shorting the ones that, go 100, 200% with no news. What's the reason why? A little bit of a pump and dump, and I'm looking for a lower low pattern. Once it spikes up and then it starts on the downtrend, I'll wait for it to retest the top, and then I'm looking for a lower low.
Got it.
Yeah.
And do you use any indicators, anything on top of the candles?
I used to, but I feel for me, it's just too much noise. So the only indicator that I do use is VWAP. And I think that's the most important indicator. Now, some people may say, hey, that's not the most important indicator. But for me, VWAP is the only one that I use up, and it works out for me.
And at the end of the day, trading is very individual, right? So one thing will fit you, but someone else will use differently. Even the same indicator can be used differently for different strategies.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking of the pump and dump situation, right? Mm-hmm. You see that pump, you're looking for that lower low or the retest.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that determine your entry, or the moment that you say, okay, this is my trade to take?
It depends on the stock. So each stocks are different, right? Like I said, the criteria has to be, the volume has to be there. You can't trade a stock that doesn't have the volatility, the volume there. Stock has to be up over that 100%. That way I'm getting the bigger meat on the bone. Once it spikes, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that drawdown. And then once that drawdown happens, I need it for it to retest that top. Show me something. Show me history. Show me, what are you planning on to do? Are you going to continue to go? Are we going to fade for the rest of the day, or what? I'm not just going to enter a stock blindly on that. I just need a pattern. That's what I'm looking for. So either consolidating at a certain level. If I'm looking at the daily chart is going to tell me, hey, there's resistance $9. Okay, we stop here at $9. Why do we stop here at $9? Oh, a couple months ago, this was resistance. So this is a plan of attack. So if we can retest that $9 area and then we start to kind of come back to this low, then I'm gonna start taking entries and looking for a, rest of the day fade or that morning fade.
Nice. What about your exit strategy? How do you go about it?
So my exit strategy is based on the daily chart. So if there is on the uptrend where if there's consolidation and it's a continuation and then it spikes and it fails, I'm exiting on that previous consolidation where they set up for 5-10 minutes. That is a point, that is a strong demand zone. So, and that is support. So I'm exiting right there. Now, if we consolidate, I'll wait a little bit, but if we consolidate and continue on the downtrend, I'll take a little bit off, and then I'm gonna continue on the downtrend until the stock tells me that this is no longer a downtrend. I'm gonna go ahead and hold it until I think that it's going back up.
Yeah, totally makes sense. How many trades do you usually take per day?
Well, it depends. Sometimes I'll take one. If it's one good trade, one good fade, hey, that's all you need is one good trade. However, if there are multiple stocks that are hitting, if I'm doing good, hey, I may take 3 or 4. Yeah, it just all depends. All depends. Sometimes, I won't lie, I've taken 7 or 8 trades. Hey, are they all winners? No, but my losers are smaller than my winners. And I know when to stop. That's just that.
Nice one. Let's jump through the numbers and the stats. I'm going to share my screen and show the guys at home how it looks like. So for those of you not familiar, every trader gets his own dashboard. The dashboard will show you your stats, the risk parameters, and you can really understand your progress and look at your equity curve. You can also check your achievements and payouts and customize your view, switch between light mode and dark mode. Alrighty, so first of all, that's your total payout, $53,000, which is incredible. I mean, as a trader, even if it's not a full-time job, right?
Yeah.
The extra income that you can make, especially with us as trader pool, without risking a lot of money on your end just for the evaluation fee, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And you took a lot of payouts, not just 1 or 2, and also been a funded trader many, many times. So you truly know how it feels, the full process of that trading, the evaluation, failing some of them, right?
Yeah.
And then passing, reaching the payout, and more. So it's
Yeah.
incredible to see. And also, as I said, your account is scaled up, right? You're at DT2.
Yeah, scaled this account up, I believe just a couple days ago, and just working on it. So this account here, been working on a couple things here, working on a long strategy as well. Like I said, I am a short bias trader and I love shorting, but at this time here, I want to add more to my toolbox. So I've been implementing the afternoon long strategy. Yeah, and it's, as you can see, it's so far so good. So
Looking solid, 58,000 you actually trading because you scaled the account. For those of you who are not familiar with it, every time you reach a 10% profit, we push your account even more, give you more buying power, more daily loss allowance.
yeah.
And that's incredible to see. Some guys are trading even $300,000 and more of that. A little bit on your stats here. So 33% on the success rate, risk reward 2.5. As you said, you're trying to hold the position longer or trail
Yeah.
it, right? An average of a full hour of holding your position.
Yeah, as long as the stock is working in my favor, I'm gonna go ahead and hold it as long as I can.
There is any rules or strategy to it? How do you know when to trail your stock?
So there's a certain point. So on all stocks, on all charts, once again, we're looking for that previous consolidation on the upside, right? Or a certain level of demand where you can look to see where the volume is at the highest of the day. That's where I'm looking at. So when we come back down to those levels, I'm looking at this is a demand zone. This may be my stop. This is where I want it to go to. If we get close to that area, I'm trailing it, and that trail is very tight. But if we get to that level, and let's just say that it just spikes through and it does not respect that demand zone, then that tells me that we don't respect that demand zone. We're gonna go ahead and continue. So then I'll go ahead and hold it for a little bit until we get consolidation and start back on the uptrend. So
Got it.
yeah.
Solid. I'm looking at some of the trades. I do see that you're scaling into a position, right?
Yes.
Is
Yes.
that something that you mostly act upon?
Yeah, so scaling into the position, like I said, if we're at the high there and we start with a lower low, I'll start in a small position there, risking the high. And as it comes down, if we consolidate and we come back up to do another lower low, then I'm scaling in again. And then there's a certain point where I'm like, okay, I know this is a demand zone. This is an important area. Now we're getting close. It's time to go ahead and get out. So yes.
Got it. Very nice. And you know, Michael, since you've been with us for the last 2 years, before that, did you try trading with a broker?
Oh yeah. So my journey of trading, I've been with trading since 2020 consistently. And between 2020 and 2023, it was just the learning curve. So I was just learning and obtaining all the knowledge of trading, long side, short side, in the market every day. And then 2023, I was with two brokers. I was with Interactive Brokers and Trade Zero. Those times wasn't good for me. I did save up roughly about $10,000, and unfortunately, I lost it.
Wow.
So I thank you guys for being around, because when I lost my $10,000, I didn't really know what to do. I thought maybe trading wasn't it for me until someone was like, well, you know, there's prop firms that might, you know, trade stocks. And at that time, I didn't know anything about prop firms. So I did a little bit of research and you guys popped up. And at first I wasn't really I was skeptic because I felt like prop firms wasn't really real. And I had a friend at work was like, you should just try it. What's the worst that can happen, you know? And I tried it, and I've been with you guys ever since. So I thank you guys a lot. Like, thank you. You guys have turned my life around. I don't have any bad things about you guys to say. So you guys have been good. Thank you.
Thanks so much. And it's incredible to be part of your journey to help and support traders all around the world that actually can now trade freely with $50,000 or even more than that, without risking a lot of capital on their end. So
I recommend anyone that is a beginner trader, or anyone that is starting out or doesn't have any money, You know, if you can save up, you know, $100, if you can save up $200 at some time and point, trade the pool is definitely worth it, especially if you're trading stocks. One thing I can say that I've learned with trade the pool is my risk management. Going from $10,000 and just blowing it without even having the knowledge of risk management. I think you guys implement risk management very, very well. I do like the daily loss and the max loss. Oh yeah, I think that is just very, very important to have. So yeah, kudos to you guys for sure. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Michael, just before we wrap it up, give me one tip, you know, one advice for someone that just started the evaluation. You want to pass it. What he needs to do besides the obviously, you know, the regular stuff, the discipline, the risk management. Is there something that he can do right now to change the game, to increase success rate?
So I would say, besides discipline and risk management, I would say be patient and enjoy the process. Go through your manual book and find what fits you, because we are all different traders, and what works for you, stick to it. You only need one strategy to be successful, just one. So be patient, have fun, enjoy, and take that risk and get out there. Yeah.
It's amazing. All righty, Michael, I appreciate the time and the knowledge you shared.
Thank you.
And the guys that want to check us out, go to tradethepool.com. We'll see you on the next video. Maybe one more interview we'll do when you reach that 100K payout, right?
Oh yeah, and I'll definitely be here. Thank you for having me.
Thanks so much. Bye.
Bye.